What's up, Harry Fish? What's up, Ninjago? Welcome into the stream, guys. Whoever hit that like button is the first member of the stream. Welcome in, guys. Looks like you both bloody did. Appreciate it, guys. Looks so cool. Appreciate it, Harry. I am not even close. Not even remotely close, mates, to being done yet. We've got a lot more to do. And I'm going to be working on it a little bit as we go. It was me. W, guys. Well, you guys are both a W for being in here so bloody fast. And smashing that like button. I appreciate it. So, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to add some extra detail. I think it looks pretty cool. There's definitely some inconsistencies. A few things I need to get fixed. I've got to get this tower and this building over here to the side. I've got to get these connected. Neither one of these parts are fully connected to the front so far. We've also got a little gap right here that you can see through, and you can kind of see inside of the mountain, which is not great. And that's kind of going to be a difficult space to work in. But I'm going to try to make that do something. That's one of the spots that I'm least confident about. But to start off the stream, I just want to kind of solidify the rock wall here and add some more snow, because yeah, it's a snowy mountain at the top, and I think I like the design. Sounds good, Harry Fish. Sounds good. Okay, just making sure you guys can see pretty well. Perfect. So, as I tend to do, I'll be stealing some parts from this little snow building I have over here. I've also got a couple sets that have been broken recently. Welcome back, Fish. That I may rebuild during the stream, but we'll see. It's always a little bit stressful rebuilding Lego sets that I have built before. But there's a high possibility that I do that. Alright. So, a few things. I messed up by placing this here, so let's see if we can rotate this brick. I don't know if we can. Because now this just leaves all this like this. Not the best. But maybe if I could get a piece like this down here. Or like this. Not the worst. Definitely not the worst. Let's see. Or I could do something completely different. Take this piece off here, which is probably a better move. Maybe do something like this. Nope, not if we drop everything. Place that back here. And then maybe do something like that. Just need to add a piece at the bottom of that. What's up, Crimson? Appreciate it, Crimson. Welcome in, man. Hope you have a good day at school, Crimson. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, and a piece to the back of that. We have a little bit of snow coming off the side of the mountain here. Let's see, where can this go instead? I honestly think that's not bad right there. And then we can continue just to kind of add some more snowy parts. That doesn't look great there. But I can do this. What's up, Captain Brick? Welcome in, man. I might as well add a little snow at the very tippy top as well. I like to get this kind of as snowy as possible, especially as it climbs. And snow kind of coming off the edge a little bit. I noticed that this wasn't fully attached up here, some of this. So let's see if we can kind of push it down. I am not trying to do that. This is what I'm not doing. But I'm currently working on my Lego display. This is my Viking village that I've been working on, adding and expanding to it, and I think it's gone pretty well so far. Just trying to add some detail to my creation here. Add some extra snow. Where could another snow brick go? Always put some down here. Flat piece would go a little better right there. Or actually, oh, this works pretty well. Not too shabby there. Definitely need to get a little more snow on this other side as well. Let's see. Let's go grab a couple more parts of snow. Okay. You know, honestly, I think it looks pretty good. This is our little mountain. I've got to fix down here. I believe this is going to be it, Hairy Fish, for the mountain. For the most part. There might be a few little details to add here and there. I definitely want to have like somebody trying to climb the mountain. Maybe like a rope at the top with someone coming up of it a little bit. But I think it looks pretty nice. From where it started, we definitely made it a long ways in the process. But yeah, there's a little walkway to the little top tower up there. that will have a pretty good vantage point. It's even taller than the super tower I created over here. Okay, I found another good spot for a piece of snow right here. This is a very, not extremely sturdy, but it's actually come together to be pretty sturdy, at least a little more sturdy than I thought it would be going into this. Okay, I'm sorry about that. The stream might have messed up there for a minute. I was saying that this may be the end of it. I'm not completely sure. I could add a little bit more. Definitely gonna add a few little details as we go, but I think this is pretty much the end of the mountain and what we're doing with it. We have the little watchtower at the very top, some little cool Easter eggs and things inside of it, along with our other little tower here. So sorry about that. Trying to keep my device plugged in here so it doesn't die. But basically, my next task here, and it's going to be the hardest part, I believe, is I'll fix up the back part at the end, but I need to get both of these two islands here connected, along with, I need a way, like a walkway or something, that goes all the way to the back, because we're going to continue the village back here. I'm also going to change the base plates, I'm thinking, from this to grass. And there's a big reason why I'm going to do that. For the display as we go here. But I got some good ideas for it. Oh yeah, this little grape piece was up here, but I broke it. Yeah, if you guys have seen the Viking Village, most of this is kind of just the parts repurposed a little bit. I had two Lego Viking villages. As you can see, I used the roof for this building, and I combined some parts of this building along with the other little building to make the bottom of this one. As you can see, the doors are over here on the side of this one instead of the front like this one is. I wanted to make sure to give it a little bit of a difference. I thought it was cool to have a statue up here in the front, so I just put that minifigure for now. But I may do something different with that. And obviously we have two of a lot of things, like this little stone. We left that one there, and we put one of them up here up top, along with the other little guard tower that is akin to that one there. We also upgraded the tower here a bit. Looks like we're missing one side of the wall, the tower over here. But that's fine, I'll fix that at some point. I think the tower looks alright. It's definitely my least favorite part of the build was what I did to expand the tower here. But it still looks okay in my opinion. We also used that little roof to create this building here with the extra parts that we had from the original big building to actually make it into a little bit of a building instead of just kind of being a roof, which is what it was before. It's still open though, so you'll be able to see on the inside, and we may add some details on the inside. I probably will at some point. But I have another roof just like this roof, so I have room to make another building with the roof that looks just like that one and add it somewhere, which would be pretty cool in my opinion. I also have a bunch of buildings, medieval buildings and whatnot, that will all go back here behind. So it'll turn into a whole village. It starts with the little Viking area, and then it'll just be the entire medieval village, kind of everyone coming together. And I do believe that this shop tower should probably rotate again like this, to where this backside with the little cave is pointed in this direction. I think so. So we're gonna need to connect this and this, but once again, I need to decide how I'm going to continue a walkway. So we have this. Sorry, we have this walkway that goes back there. I need that, either that over there or make a way over here that goes to the back. So I'm debating and thinking, planning right now on how I'm gonna get that done. So how do I want to expand this is the question that I'm asking in my head over and over again. Okay, I found a box that has a bunch of useful parts for me right now. I like to keep this a little condensed. So let's see. If I can keep it condensed. let's get this in a little bit of a better position. Somehow, these are all gonna have to connect. Or at least getting close to do so. Okay, so this will work. What's up, Dragon Boy? Do not text and drive. Agreed. Indubitably agreed. This little section in here is going to be the hardest part to kind of keep together. So if I can accomplish that, we will be in business. Okay, that was the easiest part. We should play Pirate Game in 6 hours. Sounds good, Dragon Boy. Probably will. Okay. Definitely gonna have to take a little bit off of this side here in order to be able to even do anything. Right. So the way this is catty cornered makes this very difficult, but I like the way it's catty cornered, honestly. I'm a fan. So if we can just get it connected somehow, which will most likely be one of the hardest things to do in this entire build. I'm gonna get rid of this corner piece. Then there's a difference between having it connected and having it secured. Okay. So I need a little bit more support underneath this, which would require just a 2 and a single underneath. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Alright, that should help out. Make that a little stronger. Okay, so right now these are connected, but they're connected by very thin, by one brick, by one stud, literally. We've got to make that that connection here a little stronger. We just broke apart this one. Definitely gonna need a few more parts. It's a pretty small little space we're working in here, so apologize if you guys don't have the best visuals. What's going on? But we're going to get this connected one way or the other. Okay. 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 Gotta make this just a little bit more sturdy here. Not too bad here. Got it working a little bit. Now if I could just get this to connect here, I will need to do something different. Okay, sit back down. I knew that this would be the hardest part, and that's why I've been waiting to continue it. That's pretty much what I'm gonna have to do to keep these connected. And I just have to see if I can work on this around. Okay, the reason why this is not staying is kind of unknown to me. This angle should work. It's kind of an odd one. There shouldn't be a reason why this won't connect here. It's just connected. There we go. I might need a bridge separator for that. And I don't think this looks terrible to be like a bridge here. With the build itself being fully aware of kind of what's going on. What if we do this and then it's like a up to down bridge instead of the other way around? Okay. I don't think that's too bad of an idea here. It makes it a little silly looking over here, you could say. But I'm not really against it right now. I think this can work with a little bit more creativity. I like this. What's up, guys? Welcome in. It's definitely gonna turn out quite interesting. Maybe not exactly what I expected, but I think it's gonna be pretty cool. You guys think so too? Hit that like button. That subscribe button. So one problem is it's not going to be really easy to maneuver this still, the way I've built it. This side isn't completely held on over here. Pretty much everything else is on pretty well, except for this bit over here. Ed, the Gimpy Ninja, looks good. Appreciate it, man. Welcome into the stream. Hope you're having a good one. I'll give you a little flyby of the build so far. You just finished building Voltron. Very cool, very cool. This is the hardest part of what I'm doing here, but I do kind of like this, although it's not ideal. Just kind of like a little man-made little bridge. So these islands aren't completely put together in the first place. So the people had to construct themselves a small little bridge here to keep this intact. That doesn't really look good. This just kind of adds. Sometimes I think about what it's like to watch me build. It's like, one minute you're like, you guys might be sitting there like, what is this guy doing? And the next minute you're like, wait a minute, let this guy cook a little bit. And then the next moment it's like, what is going on here? So that's just kind of my building process. Okay. I definitely want this. Once again, we've got to take it off. Oh my goodness. There we go. It's a very awkward build. That's for sure. If I can get that to look convincing, then I might have something going on here. Can that go there? Can, but No, that can't. But once again, can this go here? Probably not. No, definitely not. I could always just stack here, couldn't I? No. Also couldn't do that. Can I? No. Wait a minute. I found something here. Okay. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for the like. This is pretty close to something that looks good. Not there yet, but I'm getting there. Okay, this is far from perfect, but I've got to go. Hope you guys have a good one. Thanks for coming out to the stream. I'll see you guys next time.